Hello, boys and girls. When we were in class, we read about the three little pigs. Now, we are going to read a story about the true story of the three little pigs. Now, this story is told by B.A. Wolf, or the Big Bad Wolf. Are you ready? Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has heard my side of the story. I am Wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole Big Bad Wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That is just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think that you are big and bad too. But like I was saying, this whole Big Bad Wolf is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. Now this is the real story. Way back in once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny, and I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind will build a house out of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't just want to walk into somebody else's house, so I called, "Little pig, little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. And that's when my nose started to itch. And I felt a sneeze coming on. And I huffed. And I snuffed. And I sneezed. Ouch! A great sneeze. And you know what? The whole house of straw fell down. And right in the middle of a pile of straw was the first little pig. He was dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seemed like a shame just to leave a perfectly good ham dinner laying there in the straw. So I ate it up. Think of it like a big cheeseburger just laying right there on the floor. I was feeling a little bit better, but I still didn't have the cup of sugar, so I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little bit smarter, but not much. He built a house out of sticks. I rang the doorbell of the house and nobody answered. So I called, "Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in?" And he yelled back, "Go away, Wolf. You can come in. I'm shaving the hair on my chinny chin chin." I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another great sneeze coming on. So I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I had a great sneeze. Achoo! And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. So when the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know that food will spoil. It will go bad if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it like a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little bit better. So I still didn't have the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. Now, this guy was the first and the second little pig's brother. He had been the brains of the family because he built his house out of bricks. That was very smart. Now, I knocked on the brick house. No answer. So I called, Mr. Pig! Mr. Pig! Are you in? And do you know what the rude little Parker answered? Get out of here, Wolf, and do not bother me again. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me not even one little cup for my dear old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on, and I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great sneeze. Achoo! Then the third little pig yelled, and you and your granny can go sit on a pin. Well, now I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I will go a little bit crazy. So when the cops drove off, of course, I was trying to break down this pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a great scene. The rest, like they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner, and they figured that a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the whole story with all the huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. And that is the end. I hope you enjoyed it.